above us there is always somebody higher, better. But very often we are so deluded with our own drama, yeah, that we feel that we are too great. Yeah? And this is a misunderstanding that very often on the spiritual path one have. Yeah? In spite of knowing everything, just like Arjun have heard the whole Gita, he should have known that yes, it's Bhagwan himself which is in control of everything. No? The story goes on that he brought them to Barbarik. And Barbarik, when the moment he saw them, he started laughing. He said, what kind of fool are you? Thinking that you are doing everything. That's what our ego makes us realize, no? But Bhagwan again to remind, without me you can't do anything. It is through me present inside of you that you have the power to do. But that's what we have to remind ourselves continuously. Because you see, it is a very fine line of forgetfulness. We forget very quickly, especially in good time. Do we remember God? No, we are having parties. Ding, ding, ding. We're enjoying ourselves. No, we don't remember Him. We hold, yes, I am doing it. One problem? Oh God, why have you abandoned me? The people think that yes, only in bad time they can remember God, you know. And in good time, God is busy with Himself. He don't bother about you, you know. You are busy with yourself, you know. So He's far away. No, it's not like that. So, you see, our mind is like this. In spite of knowing, we forget very quickly. I'll tell you a very funny story. There was a man, he will eat his food only when he feed 3 sannyas. So you have to feed 3 sannyas first, then he will eat his food. So he was very much, that was his determination every day. He would look for 3 sannyas. And so one day it so happened that he went looking for 3 sannyas, he could not find sannyas. It was festival, and there were lots of, people. They were all have for sure been eaten everywhere. So there were no sannyas to be found. So how would he do? Because this is his determination, but he will eat only after he feed 3 sannyas. So then he didn't find any sannyas. But in one of the shop, he found that there was this confisery person who was making sugar candies. So he made also all kind of design. So there was 3 monk also in the form of the sweet. So he bought 3 of them. Said, okay, I didn't have any 3 monks to feed this time, so I take this 3 sugar candy monk with me to the house. So as he was approaching his house, to his luck, there were 3 real sannyas there standing. And he ran to them, fall down at their feet and said, please come and have lunch at my place. Of course, the sannyas didn't eat anything. So they went to the house. So he went home and put the plastic bag, the bag with the sugar candy monk on the table. And he said to his wife, start cooking. Prepare food, I will go and get curd from the marketplace. So the wife started cooking and he went to the marketplace. Meanwhile, his son came and his son saw this sugar monk and said, Mommy, I want to eat a monk. So the monk was in the other room, they heard that. They start to wonder. They start getting scared. So the mother replied, "Wait, my child. Your father went to the marketplace. There is free monk. When they come, we'll eat all three of them." So the monk was hearing, these people are not human. They are demon. They want to eat us. So having an excuse about they want to go to the toilet. So each one by one they also went out and they start running. So meanwhile, the man was coming from the marketplace with a curd. And he saw the monk running. He was wondering what have happened. So he went home and asked his wife, "What is wrong with these people? Why they run?" He said, "I don't know. They were sitting and then they said they have to go to toilet and they start running." So the man put the curtain and start running behind them. They start running very fast away. He said, "Now he's chasing us." Said, "Please, Maharaj, we have not eaten anything this morning. We are hungry. Come back." Hearing that, the monk starts running. Finally, he catches on them. He said, "What kind of people are you?" Well, there was many people said, "You want to eat us?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Your son want to eat monk." I said, "No, I bought some sugar candy monk." And that's what we wanted. So he was a pacifier. They brought them home, showed them the sugar candy, and then they had their food. So you see, without knowing, we presume always things. No? We assume things without knowing the whole truth. So then we base our own judgment upon that. You know? So the same thing, you see. If we analyze yourself, not like I was saying earlier, by self-analysis, you know, daily self-introspection of oneself, you will not allow that pride to arise. And by constantly remind oneself that it is the one which is doing it through. Without him, we can't do anything. That's what we have to remind ourselves. As being bhakta, we are in servitude to the Almighty, no? To that Supreme Lord. No? So we have to remind ourselves that without His grace, without His blessing, we can't do anything. Otherwise our mind will be just like this monk, this sannyas, you know. We think that yes, we are doing everything. We are in control of everything. The whole people, everybody, you know, imagine all the people who have billions, millions, trillions, whatever, you know, they always think like that. But they are in control of everything. And then Mr. Death knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Then open the door. "Who are you?" "Ah, I am Death." "Oh, but I didn't invite you." Then I come without invitation. When the time comes, I come. Where is your pride? Yeah? Where is this ego? So this is the sickness of nowadays, you know, that everybody, they do little things, you know. They think, yes, I have done great things in life. And those who have done great things, they don't boost their praise and ego. They stay humble because they know beyond them there is somebody else which is sitting, which is more stronger. Above everybody there is somebody which is better. So what is the place to be prideful? Huh? So bear that in mind. Even in the world itself, you know, you will achieve great things in life, yes, you know. But above you there will be always somebody which is stronger than you.